Hey, I just wanted to take a second to let you know something. I don't know if you knew, but LinkedIn is still a thing. I know, right? It fell off my radar. Or maybe you're one of those people that's all up in LinkedIn and you're like, yeah, duh, Amy, where are you at? My teams came to me. They said, Amy, you've got to get better with LinkedIn. You share too much value for businesses. There's so much opportunity over there. And so we've been working on it, and they were right. And you know why they're right? Because I hire people that are smarter than me. So that is that. And I just wanted to let you know, if you are someone who enjoys getting great information about building your business, boosting your career, and all in an effort to go after the life you want, then come hang out with me on LinkedIn. Search for me, Amy Landino, and I look forward to seeing you there. I have learned some pretty good, solid red flags that help me to distinguish between someone that I can really look up to and someone that just seems like they have it all together but is putting on a front. Welcome to Detail Therapy, where we come together to talk about how to create more confidence and build a business worth going all in on so you can go after the life you want. Subscribe for good vibes, and let's dive in. I think we can all agree that comparing ourselves to others is a terrible idea, but with social media, it's pretty hard to avoid. Fortunately for me, as I continue to work through this all the time, I have learned some pretty good, solid red flags that help me to distinguish between someone that I can really look up to and someone that just seems like they have it all together but is putting on a front. I don't usually like to make videos kind of crapping on people. I definitely don't call people out, but I do feel like this is a really important thing for a lot of people these days because social media is messing with our mental space so much. It would be good to know if we should actually be looking at what someone's doing as a potential bar at all. So this is kind of what I've observed. If you're new here, my name is Amy Landino. I'm the founder of Gatlu.com, a media company that I grew from $0 to $1 million, and all because I wanted to quit my job and work from home so I could cuddle my dog. I help women go after the life they want by growing a six-figure company, but I also know what it's like when you're first starting out to feel unsupported and stuck, so I give away all my knowledge here for free. The first red flag I want you to watch for is when someone is doing something different every single day, not to mention sharing it at the exact same time, but something every single day that's different that makes you go, okay, but like, what is your job? That's an excellent question. When someone is doing something different every day and they're trying to say that they're getting paid for those actions, it's very unlikely that they are doing fabulously in all of those areas. And so it's very likely that they have no idea what they do either. They're just dabbling, and we can't look at them as someone who has a career figured out because they probably don't have their career figured out. Now, if someone's doing something every day, but their role within the job is always the same, that's different. A personal assistant might be on set with someone one day, then on the computer the next day, then traveling somewhere the next day. It looks different, but their job is always the same. If someone is saying, I am self-employed or I'm an entrepreneur and sometimes I do this and sometimes I do that, and it's literally different all the time, and they have time to post it on social media in real time all the time, I don't know. It's a red flag. It might not be the thing that means that they are not credible, but it's a red flag. Success is super boring. When someone is mastering something, they're working hard at getting their reps in all of the time. All the time. There's not a lot of time to share it, and it should look the same often and very boring. It should look boring and the same all the time if you're really mastering something. So I always feel like this is a little bit of a red flag. If they are not doing the same kind of work in everything that they do all of the time, then it's very unlikely they're mastering something that's worth a lot. The second red flag is a lot of bragging or posting on social media of all of the things that they got done today. If you are bragging that you got things done today, that's a pretty big red flag. You didn't get anything done yesterday and the day before that and last week. If we just have these really great big 1 days of success, we're not getting anywhere. No. You'll often see this as someone that's like, I wrote a blog post today and I had a speaking engagement and I ran a marathon and also I went out to dinner and I also was able to make it to the dentist on time. Like, okay, congratulations on all you got done. That sounds like a horrible day. But also, If you are pleased with checking things off your list today, the average person who is actually massively successful in mastering what they do is not bragging about the fact that they got the things done they intended to get done. It's just the norm. Hey, it's Amy. I was wondering, are you a return listener? Welcome back. If you haven't had a chance already, can you leave us a review in your podcast player? We've been very fortunate. We have so many amazing reviews there. It's great because I get to see what we're doing right, what we can continue to do better. And so that feedback is very much appreciated. We've got 4.8 stars on Apple, which is so cool and is helping us rise up in the business charts. So much appreciated. And we need to continue that trajectory so that we can continue to affect more lives. So if you could just take a couple moments to do that today, it would mean the absolute world to me, and I will send you all the good vibes. Thank you. All right, on to the show. The third red flag is when somebody knows a lot about everything, like just continues to know so much about so much. That's fascinating. That's really fabulous. And it's a little bit concerning because when you know a lot about everything, you're probably regurgitating something somebody else said. Now, it doesn't mean you can't educate yourself and learn and figure things out. But if you're trying to preach from a thought leadership standpoint on a lot of different areas, it makes people confused, and we can tell you're confused. For the people who are confused about what they're hearing from that person, like, oh, okay, one day they're talking about this subject and then the next, it doesn't mean that that person can't have multiple interests. I think we should be able to talk about whatever we want. It's just when we get too preachy from a lot of different areas that can be a bit of a challenge for everyone involved. And so I would worry as someone listening to you talk that you're probably getting your ideas from someone else instead of your own experience. And I would much rather know from your experience so that I know you know what you're talking about and you're not full of it. And number 4 is kind of off of the back of that. If you also find that someone is doling out a lot of advice but doesn't appear to be taking it, that's a red flag. I cannot compute because I know that you must be so sure in your beliefs, which I respect. But if you can't show me you've done the work or if you've helped someone to do the work, you don't even have to do it yourself. It doesn't have to apply to you. I can't listen to you. I know that you're full of it on some level. And the 5th and final red flag I'll share in this compact video, there are so many, is somebody who keeps score. When I say they keep score, it's someone who notices everyone around them. They know what their competition is doing. They know what famous people are doing. They know what the family and friends are doing. They know the good and the bad for everyone across the board. They're happy when bad things happen to people. They're annoyed when good things happen to people. And they just keep score, hoping that the bad that happens for others is going to be good for them and vice versa. We all struggle with comparison syndrome. There's nobody who is outside of that. However, if you're really focused, if you're really clear on your vision, if you are working every day to master something and you really truly care about it and the journey, you're not hyper aware of every single other person in the world and whether or not their success affects you. It's just true. When you keep score so much that it affects your mental health, there is no way that you know what you're talking about. There is no way that you have a journey that's worth modeling. There's no way that you're not full of it. So that's a big red flag, and that's an easy one because a lot of people do it. Notice when people are keeping score. Oh, well, I got them this birthday present, but this is all they did for me was send me a text. Oh my gosh, they just got this huge deal with their organization. That's amazing. How come I can't get deals like that? That's keeping score. And the more you do that, the more you're taking up mental space away from something that's truly valuable. That's all for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it as always. Remember, subscribe for good vibes, kiss the ones you love, and go after the life you want. Cheers.